This wig is a 360 lace wig. It is 360 lace wig, but it's a 13 by 4 if you get the drift. This is a wavy hair. I've never tried their wavy hair, so this is the first time. I'm excited. It's HD lace, so we're getting to the bag. It could be put in a ponytail. That's what I love about 360 wigs, even though I have not done that, the whole ponytail thing. Anyways, I'm gonna jump into bleaching the knots because if you don't do this,
it's a wrap like them things on the head of a Saudi.
I'm using BMW2 bleach, Wella developer in 40, and I'm just using a mixing container. Just when you're mixing the bleach and the developer, you want to go for like a yogurt texture. I like a thicker consistency than a more runny consistency, because when it's too runny, it will run through the knots and bleach a lot of the hair. It will happen sometimes if it's thick, but it's easy to fix if it's not all over the hair. You guys will see in a minute. Anyways, I'll just mix it until I get a consistency that I like, and then I just put it on the lace. Pretty simple, guys. You see right there, it's not like falling off easily, but it's like you gotta shake it a little. That's like yogurt consistency. So when bleaching the knots, it's pretty easy, guys. All you want to do is put a thin layer, not too thick, a thin layer to start off. Make sure that everything is even, and make sure the lace is not bunchy, and like, you know, make sure it's smooth and flat. And you want to go a little bit in front of the hairline, because sometimes you'll bleach exactly in front of the hairline and it won't match up. As you guys can see, everything is covered, and some of the hair is bleached. But what I do when that happens is I take a little bit of box dye, I mix it, and then go over that in those little areas, and then we're all good. Now, I'm going to show you guys how I pluck. I don't usually do this, but a lot of people are like, girl, how do you pluck your wigs? You're missing content. You're not showing us the tea. Okay, I have videos of this. I don't go too in depth because I believe this is fairly easy. But all I do when I'm plucking the hairline is I cut a little bit in the front, and then I pluck the part that I parted, so that I can have a more natural hairline going about an inch or two below the actual hairline. You don't want it to just be plucked in the front. As you see how this part is a little bit thicker, but this part you could tell like it looks like fresh perm, like I just came out of the water. That's what you're going for. You don't want to over pluck and then it looks like you have bald spots. Guys, also when you're plucking, do not pull too hard. I pulled too hard on this wig. It's the first time this has ever happened to me, guys, but I pulled too hard and there were a lot of holes underneath the lace. So please do not pluck too hard. So that's it. It's pretty easy, you know. Now I'm going to be using my sister for this application because, you know, my head was a little bit caught up in the moment, but I'm using her, you know, just putting a little edge control to lay her hair back, and then you put a wig cap on it. That's it for the first step. Pretty simple. So thank God this wig was not too small for my sister's head. It fits perfectly. Actually, the one thing that I would fix on this wig though is the hairline. Now, typically when you get wigs, the hairline is always the same, but as humans, I have 15 widow's peak around my hairline, and my sister also. So it's like you gotta kind of finesse when you're wearing a wig. You either have to like pluck it to match your own hairline or work with what it already comes with, which is what I'm gonna do, because I really don't have time to pluck and fit my hairline because it would look a mess. But I'm going to be using some foaming mousse to hold the hair back while I match it up and do my little stuff. Right now her head does look like a helmet head, but I promise you it gets better. Okay guys, you already know I'm going to work my magic, girl. You already know. Don't even doubt, you know. I mean, sometimes I don't even see the vision in the beginning, but like I gotta remind myself, like I know what I'm doing. I does this, okay? You guys have to have that attitude. You does this. Anyways, I'm cleaning the skin. Very important. You always want to make sure that you get rid of any oil, any makeup, anything, okay? And then you go in and cut the lace around the ears. Okay, I always forget to do this before gluing the wig down. And I'm telling you guys, cutting around the ear flaps before gluing it down makes a big difference. I'm pretty sure a lot of people already know this, but I'm just saying for those who probably don't remember, always cut the hairline before around the ears before you glue it down. For this application, I'm also going to be using Insta Glue. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's pretty bomb. So I'm going to be using some of the primer before putting the glue down. Let's be real, I don't know if this really makes a difference, guys, but I'm just doing it because I have it and I don't want to waste it. But it kind of does leave the skin a tiny bit dry, so I guess it's sucking the moisture out and making the surface pretty clean. And then I'm going in with this glue. This glue is not as thick as Bold Hold or Ghost Bond glue, so you want to be aware of that and move quickly. Make sure that the layer of glue is pretty thick, guys, please. If you put a thin layer, as in like you just put like one line but it's very thin, it won't, your lace won't lay flat for a long time. You want to make sure that the layers are thick and that you put multiple layers of glue so that it will last more than a day, please. So I put about 2 to 3 layers of this glue down on the middle, the center part of her forehead. I pulled the lace forward, I had her hold the sides, and then I pushed it in with the comb. This is the best way that I know how to do it, guys. This will get your wig laying flat, okay, boo? Now, if your client is as good as mine, they will help you press this in. Like, my sister is pushing her forehead against the comb while I'm doing this. This is how much pressure we are putting on this lace right now. The reason why I do the middle part of her hairline first and then the sides is because it's easier, even for a beginner, it's easier for you to kind of like match up the hairline and take your time to make sure everything is glued properly. Now, if you put everything down all at once, you have to rush. Like when you're putting that hairline down, you have to rush, and if it hangs on to one side, you have to like clean it up. It's a mess. I mean, I do it sometimes, but right now I'm focusing on actually making this application as perfect as possible. So as you guys can see, you wait till it's completely clear and then you pull it down. As I was saying, the hairline is not completely my hairline, so I gotta pull and make sure it lines up with where I put the glue in, where I want it to go. I know a lot of people outline the hairline, and I know some people are like, oh, you should just outline it because it's better. But I don't like doing that, only because the outline never disappears. Like, I always see the line after. So this is just my little way of doing it, guys. I hope this works for you, but this is the best way I can explain. So now we have to put a headscarf on, of paper wrap, whatever you got, girl, put it on top of that lace. You want to melt it in, okay? And if you want to add a little bit of heat and be extra, girl, be extra. Extra credit is a good thing, okay? Now you want to put a headscarf on because not only will it help it melt in, but it also help the edges to stay flat. It will, if you have edges going on, it will help it to just stick to your face. It makes a difference, guys. You want to do this step. Do not skip this step and just go on to cutting the lace. This is my opinion though. So if you want to be bold and do whatever you want, do it. But I just think that this step makes a big difference. I actually put a headscarf on at least twice in any wig application. So now is when you're going to cut the lace. So I typically do this after the headscarf. Now when I'm cutting the lace, it's easier to use a razor, to be honest, but I'm using my scissors today only because I'm that bold. And using the scissors, it's not as sharp, so it's pretty dull, and I just go as close to the hairline as possible. Try if you can. Now, some of the parts that I glued down, it did glue down more of the lace, because when you're matching the hairlines and they don't fully match, you gotta I want to cover my sister's hair at all costs, so I'd rather cover her hairline with a little bit of lace that's left over than to leave it out, because it won't look right, if you guys get what I'm saying. So I'll have that lace laying over her hair, and then I will go over that and put some baby hairs to cover it. Now, as I said before, I always put another headscarf on and then I remove it. And wow, that looks amazing. Yes, a little bit of that lace is showing a tiny bit of cast, but guess what, boo? Guess what, boo? We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. But guys, you cannot tell us anything, and we're not even done. We are not even done, but you still can't talk to us. But anyways, here's when I actually pull out a little bit of the baby hairs, because we're about to finesse. Y'all thought that was finessing? Boo. That was just a precursor. We're about to finesse right now. So, of course, I'm going in and I'm a little bit antsy. You know, I have to kind of pluck, kind of do whatever. You know, I go over things, even off camera, guys, that you don't see. I go over things like multiple times. Right here is when I was going over the edges. You know, I'm not really feeling the whole swoop back thing. We kind of look like Megamind, but we're going to fix this. Okay, we're going to actually do a side part, which is not my sister's first choice. She loves the middle part, but here's when I go in with a paper wrap. Now, the difference between a paper wrap and a headscarf, paper wrap, they tend to make your hair a little bit more stiff, a little bit more dry. Not dry in a bad way. So if you put like foaming mousse on, or a little bit of foaming mousse to your edges, it will suck the moisture out and leave it as stiff as possible, that it won't be like moving or crinkling. It will actually keep the style flat and perfect. That's why I like a paper wrap, because girl, when I tell you, first of all, let's get into this hair too. Like, what? When I tell you, everything right now is just pure finesse, boo. I mean, I have a PhD in finesse. Come on, let's talk about it. And like, look, when we're cutting this off, look at this.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
All right, I'm gonna touch up right there. Like, as I told you guys, some things I do off camera, so we're not done, but I can still see the end of the tunnel, if you guys get what I'm saying. But y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, this wig, this lace, this sleigh, this everything is giving me life. It's giving me life. What? I mean, can we talk about it? What lace? Can we talk about it? We are looking at the same video, are we not? Because I'm not seeing the lace, so you cannot lie and tell me you're seeing something, because I don't see it. I don't see it, boo. Put your glasses on, put your contacts in, because you're clearly lying to yourself if you can see the lace. Like, even my sister right now, she's like, what on earth? What sorcery? Because at this point, it's her hair. Yeah, we're freaking lying. Like, at this point. Now, a little bit of the video, we actually went into putting this in a ponytail. And my sister did not want to actually lose any kitchen hair. And I'm not that great at doing like ponytails. I've never done it. And I mean, I attempted to do it one time and it didn't work. But I just want to show you guys, like, with the lace in the back, you can put it in a ponytail if you wanted to. That is an option. This wig is very versatile. Like, you can straighten it, you can leave it curly, you can wear it wet. You could do anything you want with this wig. The texture is amazing. But look, we just slayed your life, and guess what? I'm gonna need y'all to give us a thumbs up just for that. And I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe just for that, okay? So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know you guys enjoyed it. Don't even lie to yourself. But I would love it if you guys could give me a thumbs up, if you guys could hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend who's looking for a bomb wig. And guess what? I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Ooh, this is so, Jada, this is so cute.